since we took a look at, or since I taught computer science, we're going to go ahead and just pick computer science. So I'm going to go ahead and start off on the information tab. But before I start changing or editing anything, I want to make sure that I force copy. So I'm going to File, and I am going to copy this. So make a copy. We don't want the original. And I'm just going to go ahead and title this Computer Science. Going to generate that copy. If we just give it a second. All right, there we go. Looks like everything's loading up all right. And we're just going to go ahead and start filling it out now. Now that we have access to pretty much everything, we are going to go ahead and start entering things in. So I'm going to say computer science. I'm going to go ahead and do the year, which this is the year in which you're writing it. So I'm writing it for the next school year. So I'm going to do 2022/2023 school year. Teacher's name, I'm going to enter in my name. So Joshua Korb. Subject area, computer science, where it sort of falls underneath that business side at Eastern. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it as computer science. Okay. You know what? I'm going to change the name to Fundamentals. Fundamentals of Computer Science. All right. This is going to be running at the middle school, and grades, I'm going to be running it in, let's say, 6th grade. All right. Okay. Course description. I'm just going to make up something short right now. In this course, students will be learning about the processes of a computer system and begin writing their own programs. Okay, cool. And then the duration of the course, at the middle school, we run on those, it's like a marking period. So I'm going to go ahead and you can either put specifically like 0.25 of a year if you wanted to, but I'm just going to go ahead and say marking period. Or you can do like 45 days. We know that a marking period is 45 days. Number of credits, it's going to go ahead and be a half credit course. And I am done with my information. So I'm going to go ahead and check off this tab right here. This just fills in that bar that's down here so you can quickly look at your home page of your course writing workbook and then go on to the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and go to standards. So I have a standard that's pulled up here, and I'm going to go ahead and just use that right now. And let's go ahead and throw this standard in here. And this standard is 2.CS.01. And we're going to go to description, recommend improvements to the design of computing devices. All right. So there's my standard and its description. I am then going to go ahead and I'm going to identify this as a priority standard. So I click that little checkbox. This is a priority. This one is underneath physical computing. That's the category. And I'm going to make sure that I have a learning plan for this standard. So I have my category filled out. I have my description. I have my standard. Now I would go down through all of my standards here and make sure that all of the standards that I'm covering in the course are either priority or supporting, not both. We can't have both. It is priority or supporting. So we check off the one that it is. We also mark if we're going to have a learning plan or if you think it's going to be a choice board. Now that could be changed later on, but it's sort of easy just to think about it here in the beginning of what might happen and what it might look like. I'm going to go ahead and click this box because I'm going to say that I'm done with my standards. If I head back to information, steps 1 and steps 2 are done. I'm going to go on to step 3. So step 3 is scope and sequence. So I'm going to go ahead and list this as unit 1, description of the unit. In this unit, students will learn how a computer is made to solve the world's problems. Or create new ones, right? No. So that's my description of the unit. My standards, now, if I had more than one standard in my course and I was going to cover that in a unit, I would go ahead and write all of them, but I'm just going to go ahead and write 2.cs.01, and that is going to be the estimated duration. I'm going to say this one is going to take me 5 days. Okay, so there's my unit ID. I can even put here if I wanted to do um, how a computer is made. Hey, that's my unit ID, my first unit, and it's called How a Computer is Made. All right, great. Let's say that I finished my scope and sequence of the entire course. I'm going to go ahead and press that check mark. Let's go back and check this. 1, 2, and 3 are done. I'm going to head to 4, and check this out. So before, like I said, we have this automatically filtering in. So as soon as you identify something as priority, it's going to show up here. So all we have to do then is create the proficiency scale and link it. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab, if I open this up, it's going to open up a new tab. And this is our template that we were using for the district. So I could go ahead and file, make a copy. Let's say that I did that and I went through and I filled out my proficiency scale. I would come back here and I am going to just go ahead and post the link. So this is the link to the proficiency scale, and I could open it up at any time. So that is my proficiency scale. Next up, I would go ahead and press that check mark, and I go back to information. Steps 1 to 4 are done. I move on to step 5. Again, navigating everything down here in the navigation bars at the bottom at the tabs. Next up is the resources. So this is like online resources or physically printed resources that you did not create, that you didn't have a part of, that you're using. That's an outside publication type thing. So I'm going to go ahead and title this resource as code.org. So code.org is a site that allows students to practice their coding skills. And then the type is going to be this is common digital content. Common digital content. So online resource, it's free to use. If it's a paid program, we need to make sure that we do a purchased program. Let's just say I was using like another one is, let's say I had a textbook. So this is Coding 101 textbook. This book teaches students to code. I don't know. All right. And then this one, however, let's say that we purchased it. This is a purchase printed resource. We're just identifying what those resources are. I'm going to go ahead and press that check mark again. And if I head back, boom, steps 1 to 5 are done. I'm going to go ahead and go to step 6. Now, this is where all those resources are. So this is where I'm going to put unit, or not unit. Let's do learning plan. So 2.cs.01 learning plan. Description. Learning plan was developed to teach students how to build a computer. Type. We already said that this is going to be a learning plan. And standards, we did just write that in the beginning, but I'm going to go ahead and write it again, cs.01. And then the link, I would end up just pasting the link to the Google Doc. That is my learning plan. So for the actual content. I'm going to go ahead, and when I'm done, I'm going to mark this as complete. Head back to the information tab. Steps 1 to 6 are done, and I'm done with that curriculum writing workbook. Now, is this the only thing that you have to do for curriculum writing? No, but it is a great way to start. And as you can see, it's hopefully you will see that it's relatively quick to fill out, understand, and use as you navigate the curriculum writing process. So thanks for watching. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. This is Josh from The Edge. I'll catch you next time.